It wasn't too long ago that Sony was the ones that weren't doing anything, and Microsoft were doing all the shows and getting all the hype and all the people excited. The roles have kind of reversed, and now Sony puts on a pretty good state of play. And Xbox fans, they're clamoring, they're looking for excuses, they're looking for any kind of idea from Microsoft about what the future might hold. Hey, this is going to be a pretty good video. It's definitely going to be one you don't want to miss. Hey there everyone, I'm the Crapgamer, and this of course is Crapgamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few cool changes around here, but that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you all so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me and my silly YouTube channel. Now, again, State of Play doesn't necessarily have to be a be-all, end-all E3 type of situation. It can be whatever it wants to be completely honest. And even when it's understated like what we saw today, I think most people knew to keep expectations somewhat in check. I'm not saying you have to do an Xbox type of everything in check type of situation, but I'm just saying that, you know, this wasn't going to be an E3 level thing. Sony does these states of plays quite regularly, and I think they're cool. I think they're a good way to get some of the medium-sized, smaller games out there as well, and even some of the bigger stuff that we saw. I think it's a really good idea to kind of get a little bit of everything out there for everyone, and it was nice to see Sony kind of do that and everybody kind of get excited. Of course, you're going to have people complain. That's just the way the world is nowadays, right? You're never going to see anything without people complaining about it. That's just how things work. That's the way the world is. And I know people think that I'm normally just negative when it comes to this stuff, but no, I'm actually, you know, with stuff like this, I think I'm very positive. I think seeing anything is better than seeing nothing. And obviously some of the rumors actually came true as to what we were going to see and what we were going to get. And I'm very thankful about that. You know, I think that it's very smart for Sony to do these and to kind of get everything out there that they plan on getting everything. You know, and they're giving everything. They want gamers to get excited for the future, and I feel like that's exactly what they were able to accomplish here. Is this, you know, the be-all, end-all? Like I said, no, definitely not. Again, we know that Sony isn't going to be doing the E3 stuff anymore, and I can't wait to see more like this in the future. I like these little shows. I wish they would be like maybe monthly or something. I don't think they've been quite monthly, but I do think that we've been getting them, and they've been quite enjoyable. I like the way that they've handled themselves, and I gotta say, you know, as a PlayStation 5 owner, this stuff does get me excited, and so I think they've done a good job with that. But again, do I think it was the best one that they've ever produced? No, definitely not. Not only was it not the best one they've ever produced, it was basically focused on very, very small stuff, which, as most of you probably know, I really have very little interest, if any interest at all, in anything that's in that kind of realm. Not to say that I would never play smaller games, but it's just these games in particular don't really speak to me in general terms. So with that being said, I wanted to go over what we saw. First up, they showed Death First, Let It Die, which is coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 next year. I'm not even sure exactly what to make of this game. It really just seems kind of like a battle royale game, or maybe some kind of a fighting game or something along those lines, but it just definitely didn't really grab me as something that I thought that I would personally really be into. But you never know. You know, maybe some of you guys would be into that, and hey, more power to you. I think that's what's great about video games, is there's usually something for everyone, and that's really kind of how I look at things myself personally. So that's really nice to see when that happens. Next up, they showed this OFK game, which is apparently about an indie band or something, some kind of 5-part series. This game looked horrible. I'm not gonna lie, it looked really, really bad, and I was cringing the entire way through it. It almost seemed like something that Xbox would make. So yeah, definitely something I would not be interested in, and I don't care. They could give this game away for free, and it wouldn't be something that I'm actually interested in. So there is that to be said. Next up was some Bugsnax DLC, the Isle of Bugs, some kind of free update for next year as well. Excuse me, the Isle of Big Snacks apparently, and that's gonna be like a free update or whatever. So yeah, I think that's gonna be definitely worthwhile if you like Bugsnax. It definitely wasn't my type of game, but you know, that's something that I feel like probably a lot of people will be excited for, because I've heard a lot of people love that game. I don't know, I played it for a little bit and just thought it sucked, but you know, you guys can like what you want, and I can like what I want. So next up was Friday Night at Freddy's Security Breach, which is weird because that's like the second time We've seen this game. I'm not sure really why they showcased the game again. Doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, people like these type of games, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to say about this one in particular. For me personally, yeah, it just was kind of whatever, and just kind of upsetting that it was what it was. Next up was Death's Door PS5. If you guys remember, I did a video about this. It was heavily rumored that this game was going to come to the PlayStation, and like I've all been saying for a while now, it does look like everything that comes out on either of these consoles, if it's like a smaller title anyway, it looks like that game is going to eventually make its way to the other one, that all these A and AA games. So a lot of people on the Xbox sides were hyping Death's Door, and now we know that, that's not really something that is an exclusive, but that should have been obvious. These companies want to make as much money as they can, and they're going to put it everywhere. It's just the way it's going to be. I'm not saying one way or the other if it's a good game or not. I have no interest in it, but it is what it is. Then they showed off Kart Rider Drift. Again, these games all tend to look like Mario Kart wannabes or whatever. So, yeah, that is something to keep in mind as well. I just feel like it looks like an even cheaper version than what we would really see usually or whatever. So, yeah, definitely something that I thought was something that, was worth mentioning or whatever. And you know what? I do think that it's something that we'll probably won't see very much on, because I don't really feel like it's going to be something that a lot of people talk about. Next was King of Fighters 15. I guess they're doing some kind of some sort of, I guess, maybe beta or something with this. I'm not really familiar with this game. I've heard of it, but I've never played it or anything. So again, it's something that I really don't have any kind of desire to play. And then they showed up something called First Class Trouble, which is an online deduction game, whatever that is. But apparently that's going to be free in November. I think November 1st and 2nd or something like that. So maybe if that game looked interesting to you, you're going to have something to play with, something to actually go out there and say, hey, let's look at this and play this. I don't know. Just doesn't really do anything for me. Then they showed off Star Ocean, which I've heard of again, but never played it. Just one of those things that I really have no interest in. Hopefully, there's some people out there that are super interested in this. I saw some on Twitter saying, hey, they were looking forward to it. But for me personally, just don't really care one way or the other about this. And yeah, just again, one of those things is just kind of there. And then they close it out with Little Devil Inside, which I saw a lot of people really excited for. But this game just looks like a typical indie game to me. I don't know. And so I have like very little to no interest in these type of games. Like, people don't understand or think I'm a hater or whatever. It's not that I'm a hater. I mean, just these games just do not look appealing to me. It was probably one of the worst state of plays that we've seen, but still, considering we haven't seen anything from Xbox in a very long time, I think that it's still better than anything Xbox has put out recently. So with that being said, I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys for checking out my video and my reaction. What do you guys think about it? Let me know down below or on Twitter or wherever you find me. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crapgamer 'em up. Crapgamer out.
Turns out, the same people as always, dropping the facts. It's not cross-gen.